Hello everyone, welcome to today's video, and today we are going to be reviewing LEGO Star Wars' newest TIE Bomber. The TIE Bomber hasn't been in a set since 2003, 2004, so this obviously was a nice addition to the LEGO Star Wars collection for me, and obviously probably other Star Wars LEGO collectors as well. As you can see just from looking at it, this TIE Bomber looks sleek, it looks good, it looks amazing. With this review, I'd like to go over the minifigs, just some side builds, the box, the instructions, and the actual ship. So yeah, let's begin. The box for the set is actually really quite nice. I really do like it. The background's super nice. Obviously, you get a good view of the ship and everything. You get a view of the characters, which we'll go over more in depth later. You have this nice little emblem of the 40 anniversary of Return of the Jedi, and over here, obviously, you have the basic stuff, Lego and Lego Star Wars. The set number for the set is 75347. Just if anyone wants to know. This set has 325 pieces. I'm pretty sure this set retailed for, I think, 70 or 80 bucks. So, I'm pretty sure I'm not sure if the price to piece count is great for the set, or if it's really bad. I'll have to look it up later, but yeah. On the side, obviously, you have, like a true to size minifig over in the back. If you look at the back, whoopsies. If you look in the back, obviously it has just more functionality of the actual TIE Bomber and what you can do. If anyone wants to know, this is actually originally a pull tab set. We have to pull down the tabs, but I decided to cut the sides open because I don't like pull tabs. I think they are super destructive, especially compared to when you can just do this. So yeah, that's the box. And now I'd like to go over the actual instructions. With this instruction manual, it's your generic instruction manual. It has the picture, the number of the set, and yeah, nothing crazy. If you open it, obviously it has all the instructions to it, nothing crazy, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I mean, it's just normal stuff, you know? On the back, obviously, on the very end, it has just the rest of the seasonal stuff. You have just some other stuff like the AT-ST, this is the set, the battle pack, yeah, all that type of stuff. Then, when you're done, oh, geez, I got some dirty hands, my bad. And then, obviously, it has the pieces and everything that you need. All the pieces in it. So yeah, that's basically all the instruction manual is. Now, let's go to the minifigs. The first character in the set I'd like to talk about is the Gonk Droid. This isn't any specific Gonk Droid, as you can tell from the box cover. It just says Gonk Droid right there. And obviously, since it's not a certain name Gonk Droid, it's a very generic Gonk Droid. Nothing crazy about it. If you turn to the side, obviously it has the symbol that's printed on, which is nice. It's better not having a sticker. If you go to the top right here, open this. There's a little spot where you can put stuff if you want to in there. I don't know if that's intentional or if that's just blah blah blah. Like maybe they wanted to actually make so you could put stuff in there, or they just did it to save pieces.
Sorry, to save money instead of using like a big 2x4, they used like a little hollow piece. Maybe that's 50%. But yeah, you can put anything. You can put a couple studs. You can put maybe a little blaster in there. I don't know. Yeah.
Obviously, this is just a very generic Gonk Droid. I'm pretty sure I don't know if it's been the exact same, like, piece-to-piece one, but we've been getting Gonk Droids for probably over 20 years now, maybe, in LEGO Star Wars, so yeah. I mean, it's just a very generic character. But I do think it's a pretty cool addition to the set. The first actual minifig we'll talk about is the TIE Bomber pilot. Obviously, with a TIE Bomber and most Stormtroopers, you'll have a pilot. This one's just a generic pilot. Obviously, you have the helmet, the body, the torso, and the legs, and they're all seem to be printed except the arms. There's no arm printing, but with a set like this, I don't really expect to have any torso printing, so I'm not complaining there. This minifigure, with most pilots, stuff like that, they always seem to come with a small blaster. Turn to the side. There is a little bit of back printing, and it's generic back printing. If you go back to the head, take the helmet off. I mean, it's your generic head. I'm pretty sure this is different from Stormtroopers, but I'm not sure. With Stormtroopers and clones and stuff like that, they're not going to be crazy specific with the head printing. So yeah, that's not really much. No, it's because it's generic. Obviously, there's no back head printing, but obviously, since it's a no-name person, you don't really need that. Overall, a pretty generic character, but definitely something that I feel like does mix well with the set. Obviously, you need some sort of pilot to pilot anything, and obviously, this is where that role plays. So yeah, let's go on to the next minifigure. The next minifigure we have is Vice Admiral Sloan. I don't really know much about this minifigure. This character. This is the first time I've ever heard about this character. I did a little bit of research before this, and I don't know if she was in like a couple. I didn't really do research. I just did a little Google search, but I mean, from what I saw, maybe she was in like a show or something. Like, I don't know, or maybe like a video game. I'm not sure. I've never heard of her in the movies or any of the shows. I mean, I don't know if she's in a newer show, but so far I haven't really heard much about her. But overall, she's a pretty cool character. Just along with the pilot, she comes with a small blaster, as you can see. She's a pretty basic character. Obviously, you have the nice headpiece, the little bun, a super nice piece. I like it. On the front, you just have basic normal printing right here for what an admiral would wear. You have some back printing there, pretty minimalistic. Overall, this character is just a minimalistic character. Doesn't really have much printing, no leg printing, no arm printing, no waist printing. But then again, I don't really think it's needed for a character like this with this costume. Overall, I think that's a really nice character. I feel like it's a decent touch. I don't know. I'll get into what I think should be better about the set in a little bit. But for now, let's go on to the next minifigure. The next minifigure we have, as you can see, is Darth Vader. This is a really good character. This minifigure has gotten so much better throughout the years, so much more detail. This is a Darth Vader. It has arm printing. I remember in like 2021, I think, around that time, everyone was disappointed because Darth Vader wouldn't have arm printing. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. Yeah, he wouldn't have arm printing, and everyone wanted Darth Vader with arm printing. So, yeah, this one has the arm printing. This one also has the super sleek, like felt kind of really soft cape that everyone wanted. Super nice. Obviously, any cape is not as good as this cape. Maybe the cloth. No cape is as good as this one. And I'm pretty sure it's always nice to have a cape like that. Obviously, I'm pretty sure this cape came with that because this is more of an expensive set. This Darth Vader came from a $15 set. It came from the mech, but the cape, as you can see, is that like papery cape. But just by comparing these two minifigures, they almost look the same, at least torso-wise and everything like that in printing. It all looks about the same to me. I can't really see a difference just looking at them right now. I don't know. It's just your run-of-the-mill Darth Vader. Super nice. If people that don't know, you can take off the helmet. You have a two-piece helmet. Obviously, you have its face. You turn him around. You just have some more printing for the scars. And yeah, overall, just a pretty good character. I just don't see why they kind of added this, but I'm not complaining. It's always a good character to have. Now, let's go over the actual TIE Bomber. There's actually one thing I'd like to talk about. With this set, it includes like this little like transporter, which I think is super cool. It adds a lot to the the overall look of the actual set. It's super small, but I think it actually gives a lot of character. As you can see, it carries these two little bombs, which we'll actually get into. These are the bombs that actually drop from the TIE Bomber. With this set, look over here. These two little slots right here. Right there. You can see them. Right there. So, yeah. You just take this right here, and then you kind of just put it in like that. They just sit there, and yeah. With how you actually put the minifigure in there, I already have it in there, but there's four studs right in there, but it's just the back two that can only really be used. You just put any minifig you want there. You can put you can put Darth Vader in there. You can put anything in there. You can't really put a Gonk-Droid in there, but you have 3 characters from the set you can actually put in there, or you can put any minifigure you want. Overall, this is a nice build. You got some like stuff. You can do whatever you want with them. This obviously you can put like some hands in there. You could build off of that. I don't know. Open to creativity, I'll say. But in the front, obviously, you have some lights, and you have just like some coverage. And so overall, it's a super nice build, and I think it's a great addition. I think it's a really great addition to the set. And yeah, I think I really like it. Now, let's actually get to the TIE Bomber. Now for the actual set. There are a couple things I'd like to talk about. Specifically, I'd like to talk about some play features this set has, some design, and specifically, like, just the wings, and comparing it to some different other sets. First, before I say anything, I'd like to say that this looks super nice. Overall, it just looks super sleek. It looks so much better than the original one. The original TIE Bomber looked it was chopped. It was kind of cooked. Obviously, I can't really like say anything because the set was 20. I mean, the old set was 20 years old compared to this set. It was 20 years old, so I can't really knock it on that. I'm more talking about the blue. I think that the blue is disgusting. For people that don't know, old TIE fighters used to have like this blue for all their TIE fighter and TIE fighter variation sets. I think it was disgusting. It did not look good. I don't get why they were blue for so long. Lego kept doing it for like 8 years, I'm pretty sure. Maybe even more, I'm not sure, but it just was not great. So yeah, I'm glad that Lego started straying away from this, because as you can see, for this set, it just looks super sleek, but we will go more into the actual design of it later. The first thing I like to talk about is the wings. The wings are super sleek. I love them. I think that having a bunch of tiles for the actual black part of the wings is super nice. It gives it a super nice finish to the set. Not that many exposed studs is always a good thing to have. It makes it just look overall just more clean. Obviously, there's a lot of exposed studs right here in the gray, but it gives a nice contrast, which I do really enjoy. I think it looks super nice. I feel like it wouldn't look as good if it was all just black studs. So yeah, I think overall it's super cool. Obviously, same on both sides. They're just mirrored. Another thing I like to say is that these like little these movable parts of the actual like wing, they're on like these like hinges, but they're the smooth hinges. So you have a lot of movability to them. You really do. But if you don't want to like have them outwards, if you don't want to put them in a specific spot for maybe like a play feature or anything like that, what you can do is that if you push them all the way forward, there's like these little row of like studs right here. It's a couple tiles, not tiles, but it's a couple like it's like I think it's probably, it's like it looks like a 2x6 and a couple like 2x4 flat pieces. If you push it forward, these actually stop the wing from extending and going even farther. So it actually stops in this position right here. And what you can do is that if you push them all, for example, we'll do this. If you push them all right there, as you can see, they're hitting the actual like studs, and they stop in the position that I'm assuming that this is the position where the TIE Fighter always stays. So if you want to display this set, this is the ideal position to have it in. So yeah, that's something super cool. I think that these wings are so much better. For right now, I have kind of the same. This is Darth Vader's TIE Fighter. As you can see, they're built the same with the wings, but these ones, I mean, obviously this is a smaller set, but so there's the actual design of it isn't super detailed. Like this part right here, where it has this side and this side is just one like round little piece. But that's not really what I'm going at. I'm talking about this right here, with like how the wings extend. They're on like these, like I forgot what they're actually called, but they're on like these where like you only get so much movability. You only have like 3 places to actually put it. This one, I mean, you can make the slightest adjustments, which I think is super, super cool. And to add, this one has, if you look, it has 6 pieces of connection. If you count each individual like piece, it's actually 12 for all 4 of these. So what's that? 12, 24, 48 pieces of connection for the wings. So these aren't falling off. I mean, like I can do this and it won't fall off. It's super stable. I think it's overall a super cool design for the wings. The next thing I like to talk about is the actual like middle section of it. The first thing when talking about the interior, when talking about the middle section, I'd like to go over is the actual interior and how to access it. There's already the minifigure in here, but I'll take him out just to show you. So with the minifigure, obviously it'd make most sense to put the TIE Fighter pilot in here, but you could put any character you want in there. I'm not sure if Vader fits in there, but I bet you he does. But in this case, we'll just put the TIE Bomber pilot in here. If you want to put him in there, you kind of have to make him sit down and have his arms extended up. Because if you don't, then his arms will actually hit right here. I'll zoom into so you guys can see. But if you don't do that, obviously his arms will hit right here on this, and he won't be able to sit in right. So you kind of have to put him down. You kind of have to put his arms up. But with that, he obviously sits super nice. It's kind of snug in there, but it works. There's not really much you can ask for a TIE Bomber of this scale. The interior for TIE Fighter has never been great. I mean, even for this one, I mean, look at that. That's about the same exact size, and it's nothing crazy. I mean, that can barely fit Vader in it with Vader's castle. So that just shows that the interior for TIE Fighters has never been great. I'm assuming only for the UCS set, maybe I'm pretty sure maybe there may have been a couple that are a little bigger, but in general, space for TIE Fighter has never been great, so that's not really much you can ask for. But anyways, I don't mean to keep yapping, but yeah, when you have them in there, just close it in, boom. If you have them in right, it should be off. It should. I'm sorry. It should sit nice and flush. I mean, like, as you can see, there doesn't seem to be any resistance to it. Overall, it just looks super nice, even with the minifigure in there. And I'd like to go over and talk about just how clean and sleek this thing looks. It's super circular. I think it looks awesome. It almost looks like a mock, to be honest. I feel like Lego really stepped up for the design. I think it looks super, super cool. The next thing I'd like to talk about for playability is the stud shooters. As you can see, there are 2 stud shooters right here. I don't have a stud at the moment. I'll probably have to find one. But with this, there are 2 stud shooters right in the front. I actually don't mind these stud shooters. I usually don't like stud shooters, but these ones are actually super cool because they don't really stand out that much in my opinion. I think that they're super sleek looking, especially when you don't have any studs in there. As you can see, there's no studs, but usually in this set, it comes with, you're supposed to have 2 little green 1x1 little studs. For this example, I'll actually borrow this red stud right here if I can't lose it. Oh, okay. So obviously this is the right stud, but I recorded this video and I didn't like it, but when I recorded it, I already shot the studs out and I lost them, so I had to find another stud. But I found this little red stud right here. I'll put it in to show you guys. If you put it in, as you may know, but for people that don't know, when you put it in, there you go. When you put it in, as you can see, this sticks up. And with that, when you push this down, I'll show you. When you press it down, it shoots out. I'm never gonna find that ever again. That's okay. So yeah, that's how it is. I think that's super cool. I think that with it just being this little play feature, I think it actually looks super sleek. It doesn't stand out as much as some stud shooters do on other sets. I think it's a really good design. Overall, just adding to my point of just how good the design is. The next playability feature I'd like to talk about is the landing gear. This set comes with one little part of landing gear. It's this right here. When you actually want to use a landing gear, all you have to do is you just have to push this down, and it actually perfectly sits flush to the wings. And yeah, so it sits super flush. If you want that third point of support, then you have it right there. I think it's perfect. I mean, obviously it looks flush. It doesn't look that noticeable. It doesn't really stand out. If you turn it around, obviously you can't see it, but yes, my phone is at an angle. So if you put it up, obviously you can see it, but it's tiny. It's in the back. It isn't really that noticeable. If you turn it around, push it back up like so, turn it back around, obviously it's even more unnoticeable. You can't really see it. And if you put it up to be facing my camera, you still can barely see it, but I mean, it's just right down there, and it's still nothing crazy too. I think it's really cool. I really like that they added it too. I think it's also really nice that they actually made a good design for it. Some landing gear for Lego sets has been iffy, and I really appreciate that this one has actually a good and detailed landing gear. The last thing I'd like to talk about, and probably the most exciting thing about this set, is the actual bombing functionality. As you may see, there are these 4 little flick-fire missiles. If you want to actually drop them, what you have to do is you have to push these in. Since they're flick-fire missiles, as you may see, they're already right there. But when you push these, as you can see, I'll push them right here. I'll push them in the air. Sorry, actually, I'll zoom out for you guys to see better. But when I push them, I'll push them down like this. They all drop. There you go. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. If you want to reload it, there, as you can see, you can kind of see where they actually sit. If you want to reload them, you just simply put them in like that. Nothing crazy. Boop. I also really like that they give you extras of these bombs. As you can see from the carrier. there are actually 2 extra bombs they gave you, which I think is super cool. I feel like they did this because when you're dropping smallish stuff like these, like these flip-fire missiles, if you're dropping them on stuff from a certain height, I feel like they can easily get lost. And I really appreciate that LEGO did try to add more. Even if it was just for, like, design and for, like, looks, I do appreciate that they did add more. Because I could definitely see 1 or 2 of these, or even 3 of them getting lost. So, yeah. That's about it for the actual set. Overall, I think that this is a super sleek design. I mean, in the back, it looks super, like, the circularity of it, and, like, this, it looks like, it's really, oh, I'm sorry for shaking. I mean, it looks like 2 really circular cylinders, and I really appreciate it. It looks super nice. I think it looks like a good it looks like a good TIE bomber. I like the thrusters. I think the back and the front are super sleek. Even the sides are. I mean, even the wings. Overall, I think that they really nailed what should be, like, kind of rigidity and what should be sleek. And I think overall it's a super cool design. Yeah. I think that this set is a super good set for you to get. I actually think that if you're looking for any TIE variation, I think that this, along with the TIE Interceptor set, is definitely your go-to, especially because these ones are still in shelves, I'm pretty sure. This one I think is super cheap. I did more research. This one is actually $65, so this isn't actually that bad of a price. I think it's actually definitely worth your money. If you are wanting this set, I'd say definitely go get it. I think this is definitely a set that anyone in their collection should definitely have. I think that this set shows what LEGO can do, and I think that this is overall just a clean-looking set. And yeah, with that, that's really anything I have to say. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys have a good day, and yeah, bye-bye all.